Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Brian and Jim here. We're drinking beer and play a game, and welcome to another episode of the Power Hour Podcast.
Yes, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 320. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, as you can tell if you're listening on the YouTube side, it's a remote show. It's my kid's birthday today, so doing all kinds of stuff like that. So we figured, we'll just get out of the way. We'll get it done, and we'll find another time to get together to do all this good.
What kind of jerk abandons his podcast buddy for his kid's birthday? What a jerk.
I mean, my priorities are all fucked, Brian. It's obvious.
They are totally fucked, Jim. I don't know what you're doing. You got the boo bucket behind you. You got multiple boo buckets. You got a whole... What the fuck? You have a whole shit ton of boo buckets. You're basically a hoarder of boo buckets at this point.
So, funny story about that to go along with all my other wall of hoarding behind me. So, my dear, lovely wife, who I love so much, the boo buckets came back, 2 years ago, we have to say?
Mm-hmm.
So, when they came back,
it might have been even longer than that, but yeah.
Whatever it is. There is the hype of, oh my God, the boo buckets are back. We have to get the boo buckets. So, we go out, we search around, we get boo buckets, we get doubles of boo buckets, and just give them to people who need a fucking boo bucket. And I'm out there driving around, picking up all these orders and stuff like that, going out of my way like the loving husband I am to get my family the boo buckets they so crave. So, we do it for the past 2 years, and then this year it comes around and we're unloading stuff, the decorations, and she goes, what are we doing with all these boo buckets? And I go, I don't know. This was your thing. And she goes, well, I mean, I guess we could just throw them out, I guess. And I'm like, what do you mean throw them out? Like, I went through all this work to get you all these goddamn boo buckets. And she's like, well, I mean, I don't know. You can maybe sell them or something like that. So I just go, and I put them in my game room where all my other stuff goes to die. And of course, actually, as of this recording, there will be a Let's Play out tomorrow for a game we're giving a code to. A little title called Silver Bullet. It's coming out on the Switch and Steam. You can check my Let's Play, blah, 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 blah. It'll be out tomorrow by the time you're hearing this. It'll already be out. Go check it out. It's a cool game. And I see all these boo buckets, and I go, hello. Nice little seasonal decoration that I do a week before Halloween instead of for the month I've had these in the room. So, yes, I am rich in boo buckets, and I have found a use, and I have justified both my hoarding and my efforts. So, yay me.
All right. Well, glad to see you're in the spirit. I don't mind the boo buckets, but still mind that you're not here because I want to be able to share some of my more delicious Vermont beers because I still have a couple more, but guess I'll have to drink them lonesome tonight. So I'm starting off. It's the 14th Star Brewing Company with their Maple Breakfast Stout. It's a veteran-built brewery from St. Albans, Vermont, committed to crafting world-class beer that honors traditional styles while imparting unexpected twists and creative new directions. 6.5%. Made with real Vermont maple syrup and cold brewed coffee. IBUs only 25, so there's no bitterness in this.
Ooh.
Obviously, basically
dark,
pitch
girl.
black, and it's delicious. I mean, Imperial Stouts are kind of like, that's always my thing. Like, I love most of them. You either get really coffee, really chocolatey. You can do a few different things, but the maple syrup, you do taste it enough, so you get the sugar from that. So, pretty damn good already, just off of a couple sips. Now, Chambers, what are you partaking in now that you're not here?
Well, Brian, I have me a backlog of beer to go through after all the birthday party shenanigans I've been up to. So, Brian, I'm keeping it nice. I'm keeping it local. It's an old favorite of yours and mine. From the Victory Brewing Company, it's good old Golden Monkey. 9.5% Belgian style triple for this Thursday night at 8:40 in the PM. And
it's better than Monday nights. It's better than Monday nights, But
Friday's easier to fight off the pain. Yes, it is.
Yeah, for sure. That is a favorite. We've talked about it many times. It's a lovely little beer.
Yeah, I did a lot of beer overbuying before these parties, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be stuck with some leftovers for a good long while.
Oh, yeah. Dude, my beer fridge is filled to the brim, and I'm just trying to save the Vermont beers or specialty ones for this. But yeah. I have just so many mishmash of leftover Sam Adams variety pack, the pack you got me from Wildwood.
Oh, I haven't even touched mine yet at that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Monica like got a whole bunch of various ciders. So like it's just yeah, I'm good on beer for quite a while. So all right, but Chambers, obviously I know you've had birthday activities, dad activities, but have you been able to do any gaming this past week?
So, as I just said, I did a little Let's Play, so I did a little sit-down and recording with that Silver Bullet game. Check out the Let's Play. It's a fun time. You know, short little arcade kind of shooter. It knows what it is, but does a good job of it. As far as, like, games I've really been sinking into, Metroid Prime I put a little bit more time into. I'm, like, 3.5 hours in, which is apparently, like, 15% of the game. That's at least what it's telling me right now. So, it's definitely an easier ratio than what Prince of Persia was giving me. But I didn't really spend a ton of time with that. This is actually one of those weeks where I just had the itch, Brian. I had the itch, and all I wanted to play was fucking StarCraft. So there's other stuff I could have gone down and played, but all Daddy wanted to do was just hop on ladder and frustrate the shit out of myself. So that was really the extent of what I was been doing.
Well, unfortunately for me, it's been a super slow gaming week. I still am in Black Myth Wukong, still on that third level. There was 5 fucking mini maps within this third level, which I don't know why they needed to do that. Like, there's 5 worlds within a fucking chapter.
Why?
Every other one was 1. I'm like, why are you doing this? It's just making it caused a fatigue in me where, like, I'm not even trying to explore everything. I'm just like, let me find the fucking end. So, as I said, I believe there's only 6 chapters. So once I get through here, I'm past the halfway point. Yeah, it's I hit a wall. So today I got a tiny bit in. I'm hoping to get some in tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna get it done, and then I want to finish Hellblade. And you know what we got coming in November? Yearly tradition, Chambers, that you bailed on last year.
Well, I never do No Nut, so...
Call of Duty.
Oh, yes, of course. When does that come out? I'm so out of the loop on that.
I think it's November. I texted our buddy Chris about it. I'm pretty sure it's November. Let me do it.
Turns out it's out now. We're just like, oops.
Now, right now, I mean, obviously, a game I wouldn't mind trying out is Battlefield, the new Battlefield.
I hear that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never disliked Battlefield. Just obviously all of our friends did it. Oh, yeah. It's not out till November 14th, which feels
that's late. Yeah.
Wasn't it always October?
No, it was always, you know what it was traditionally? It was always, around the election. So the November elections. So like early second week, if that, like second week of that November. Because back when it was coming out on like the Tuesday night,
yeah,
I would always have off, and it was fucking perfect because I get off for election day. So once they moved it to an actual day of the week, I'm like, you motherfuckers, you couldn't just keep it with God damn. But yes, so going back, maybe now that I have this fancy pants new computer, I always had the option of getting Game Pass again. I haven't had it for like over a year and a half, probably, of getting it on my PC, and then I can join the boys again.
Yeah,
and step back into the things. I have an Xbox controller for PC.
Oh, then so you have then you literally have no excuse.
Yeah, except for being cheap and lazy. So that's always an option.
I mean, it's the 14th, which is a Friday, so that's interesting. So I wonder, is it midnight? Basically, 13th going into 14th. Either way, I want to have Black Myth done by then at a minimum. So that way, Hellblade is like I can fuck around. I think once again, it's only like 8 hours or so. So I can end the year just fucking around with COD and just trying to enjoy that, which will be nice because I've been so hyper focused on getting games done, single player games, that I actually haven't done multiplayer in a while. So it's like, yeah, I'm ready for that changeover. But man,
I think we've
Black
hit a
myth.
thing too with like your. I love this glowing review you've had of all your time with Black Myth so far, but no, I think it's funny because like with your like Dead by Daylight and like your normal COD playing and all that stuff, like you were hitting multiplayer hard for a couple years, or like Friday the 13th and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Where this year you hit like a brick wall with that, whereas me, I guess outside of really Tetris 99, like I hadn't done a ton of online gaming at all for like 2 or 3 years. And then I get StarCraft and everything else just goes out the fucking window.
Yeah.
So we're on a different cycle here, Brian. Our periods aren't
Yeah.
lining up.
No, they are not. I mean, what's consistent with you is you're like a 1 or 2 game you get fully hooked each year. Like last year you had Balatro and Slay the Spire. This year it's StarCraft.
Oh, right, I still play Balatro too. Putting that on a mobile phone was just evil. Just mean.
God damn it. But yeah, no, and if you are watching this, you've already seen X-Men 1 review has been out. So very shortly, depending on when this episode comes out, X-Men 2 may be out, or it will be coming out very shortly. But once again, we did that finally to get for the review for X-Men 2 because it was a Patreon request. So thank you so much once again. But Chambers, what questions do we have this week?
Questions that you can get in over at patreon.com/drinkabeerandplayagame, where for as little as $2 a month, you can ask a question that we will answer on each and every single one of these Power Hour podcasts. So first one comes to us from good old Burn Retinas. This was actually for last week, but he got it in after we recorded. So short, sweet, simple. Oh, speaking of short and sweet, check out this week's Krusty Corner. It comes from a tweet, a simple tweet, a short tweet, but it gets the point across. But he says, what's better, a cheesesteak or a gyro? Or a gyro?
Cheesesteak. This isn't even... I like a gyro. I don't mind them. But you can't fuck with a cheesesteak. A well-made one, right? Let me be clear about that. There are shitty ones, and there's plenty of shitty ones. And fuck whoever put the idea out there that anything nationally distributed or part of a chain, that they always think there's fucking green peppers in cheesesteaks. No one in Philly puts fucking green peppers in their cheesesteaks. So get that shit out of there. But, yeah, I'll take that any day over a gyro. Like, gyros are, like, oddly messy, and, like, you always get them from a fucking lunch truck. Like cheesesteaks.
Well, it does. You can get them from a lunch truck, like you can get them from one of the billion halal trucks that are around the city anymore, or like every major city, or you can get them from like food place and a thing, or even like a high class gyro. They're always messy, sloppy sacks of shit. They're good. Don't get me wrong, as I just call them a sack of shit. But they're good, but like I just don't need that much, tzatziki bukaking me at all times. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but there's a balance you need to have. And this is funny coming from... Look, we're from Philly. We're going to be fucking biased. It's going to be cheesesteaks, all right? There's going to be no, talk. There's going to be no fairness or analytics over here. Cheesesteaks are just fucking better. And cheesesteaks are extremely messy as well, or they can be, depending on where you go, what bread's used, what are the ratios of meat, But there's a thing here. Tzatziki just explodes everywhere. But a proper whiz with... You know what the beauty of the whiz is, too? That besides being delicious for the trash food that it is? It's a binder. The whiz congeals, and it binds, and it holds all that deliciousness together. And it just turns into a perfect bite every goddamn time. You can put other cheeses on there, and they're tasty and they're fine. But a classic whiz with, the scientific method that is implemented there, makes for a perfect funnel of deliciousness.
Well, I was going to say, like,
and
I'm fine with Whiz. I'm not one of those people that hate on Whiz. Whiz is good. But Cooper Sharp is the other one, but you mix it in with the meat, to Jim's point, to make a binder. Like you want all the meat and the cheese together. Laying cheese on top ain't it. Like, because inevitably you're going to bite a piece of cheese, it comes off, and then you're just left with the steak. And the steak has to be seasoned right. But, yeah. Cooper Sharp or Whiz, get it, bind it, and get some fucking onions on there. If you want to add some hot peppers, we can talk. But get green peppers the fuck out of there. And, yeah. cheesesteaks.
What's all this green pepper slander? Green peppers are fine.
I love green peppers.
They shouldn't be on a cheesesteak, but green peppers are fine.
Nobody puts them on cheesesteaks. That's my point. Is like when you see something and it's cheesesteak, like a cheesesteak imitation, like BK did it, Hot Pockets did it. Everything that's like Philly cheesesteak, automatically green peppers are in there. And I'm like, that's not a thing. Like, stop. Just stop.
I miss all the flavored Hot Pockets, and I miss the lean pockets. And now it's just pepperoni or the ham and cheese, and it's like,
oh, dude,
like the pepperoni's a classic, but like a good meatball lean pocket.
Oh, the meatball,
my God.
yeah. Beef and cheddar was the one I grew up on. I still prefer that over ham and cheese. Then ham and cheese became like the only one you could find. Yeah, the pizzas, they were good. But yeah, all the flavored ones, dude. Oh, they were so good.
It's not right. It's not fair. We used to live in a society, Brian.
But I love that question. And here's the deal. If you're not from this area or you've never had a proper cheesesteak, like if you're living in wherever, Utah, and they're like, oh, Philly cheesesteaks, chances are, unless it's someone from Philly who actually knows what they're doing, you're getting a best case example, and you might be like, I don't see the big deal. But yeah, cheesesteak all day long.
Yep. And next up, from Alex Perez. Yo, was episode 317 deleted or never released? Am I a moron? Yes to the latter, by the way. I posted some podcast questions in your Patreon post for episode 317. Who do I blame for this catastrophe? So, Brian, I had pre-vetted these questions a couple days ago as they come in. And I went, what the fuck's he talking about? We recorded episode 317. And I look, and I go, there's no episode 317 in any of the listings. Where's 317? So I remember we recorded it. I had it all in the Dropbox. I had emailed it out. Somehow both you and I completely forgot to ever upload this friggin' episode. Like I had done my solo episode 318, all that bull crap. I don't know what the hell happened, but it wasn't on purpose. It was just, Alex, you're not the morons. We are.
No, it was literally the week I was going away for my anniversary. So I was like, hey, I even messaged Jim. I was like, hey, I'm not going to be able to meet this week. He banged out the solo episode. And something clicked with me. I was like, he did 318. And I was like, I thought there was still 317. And it was like the following week where once we figured it out. And then it was like, fuck. Like, by the time he did 318, then we actually recorded 319. And I was like, well, we could do back to back and like make it up. But I was also like looking at everything we talked about in 317. I'm like, that shit feels like it felt 3 or more weeks old. And it was all around the time of like the shit with Charlie Kirk and political stuff. And I was like, it's going to feel like dropped in the middle of nowhere. It just would be like very goofily placed. And so we were just like, all right, we'll probably just throw it on Patreon or something. And
it's up there. I have put it together. It was a quick, almost no edit. But if you want to check it out, we figured, you know, it's a quote unquote lost episode, I guess. We finally have one, Brian. We have a lost episode. Took however many fucking years we've been doing this thing, but yeah. So for all the patrons out there, all the tiers, like you can have access to it. And if you're not a patron yet, sign up for $1. You can listen to the episode and then cancel later on. I don't really give a shit, but yes, for all the patrons of the show out there, you know, you can go check out the lost mythical episode 317 that Brian and I completely derped out on.
Yeah. Yep. Simple mistake, but I mean, as you saw, we trying to get back in the regular flow of things. Jim and I definitely want to do this in person as much as possible. Family shit pending, of course.
Yep.
Gonna have the X-Men 2 review out. This will be the closest back-to-back reviews we've had. I'll just say that for sure.
In a long
time. And and as we even said, for next year, to help with that, maintaining a more regular schedule of reviews, like instead of trying to do some contests or even resolution games, we're each going to give each other 3 games throughout the year. So it should be doable to get out reviews. And even if we end up picking up like small games, something that's quicker that we can bang out, that's the goal.
That's
But
my
yeah.
that's what I'm the best at. A small thing I can bang out.
Damn it, Jim. Damn it. But no, great question. You're not dumb. It was on us, bud.
Yep. And actually, thanks for pointing it out because we would have never fucking realized either.
Yep.
But yeah, that wraps up the Patreon questions for this week. So once again, thank you to everyone out there for all the support. Remember to head on over to patreon.com/drinkabierplayagame. For all the tiers, you can get bonus episodes, lost episodes, episode request, viewer request, movie review request, which we have to get back on. I know we keep saying it, but life. But yeah, we're definitely getting back over there. Also, if are new to the show, make sure to check us out on iTunes, not Spotify, I keep forgetting that. We have to fix that one day. iTunes, Podbean, or YouTube. Leave a comment, leave a star, and you can can and will help the page. We even just had a quick little comment over on the Spotify page for last week's episode where it says, great podcast, pretty cool that Rick and Morty called in. I have a sneaking suspicion a certain Blur of Blades left that comment, but hey,
thank you for the comment, bud.
The comment sections are there, and like we said, we read all the comments on the podcast apps that we get, except the YouTube side, we'll just reply on there. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean. And also, while we're speaking of supporting the show, head on over to ghettogamer.net, where you can go and you can fill those holes in your collections, whether it be the NES, the Super NES, or even the recently added N64. So, you have holes in your TV you need plugged? You could buy some cables. You have a hole in your console that you need filled? You could buy a controller. So many holes to be filled. Fill your holes over at ghettogamer.net. Use our code DBPG to get 20% off your first order. And while you're over there filling your holes, you can learn how to fill your holes better by going to Skillshare. Brian, I'm doing a thing. All right? So, head on over to Skillshare, use our code DBPG30, get 30% off a year of one class. It's the online learning platform where you can learn some history, learn some skills, learn some theory, learn some music, see some politics, see some history, theology, whatever the hell you want. Hole filling. Fill that brain in your hole while you're filling that hole in your collection, and head on over to Skillshare and Ghetto Gamer and use our codes.
Really, Jim? Just everything's fill your hole? Is that what we're doing today?
Look, Bri, when it works, it just works. All right?
I hate you so much. But yes, thank you guys. Make sure you support them, and thank you for supporting us. We truly appreciate it. You guys are the best. So, Chambers, a little bit of a sad note here. Why don't you let people know, in case they don't know already, who's passed away?
Bri, say the name.
I don't even know who it is, Jim. I had to look it up.
All right, yeah, recently we had a lot. Bri just doesn't want to sound racist. We had a loss in the gaming community recently where we lost Tomonobu Itagaki. For any of those who don't know, he is a longtime, very storied developer. Had his little share of controversies over the years, but he's most known as like the former head of Team Ninja, and he's the guy who's been behind both Dead or Alive and the Ninja Gaiden remakes. So, or not even remakes, like the whole reboot of that franchise. And if you look at his history of gaming, it really literally is for years either just Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive. Like he used to be a graphic designer like early on in the Super NES, went into production leads and just kind of went off from there. Then eventually he had a falling out with with Team Ninja. Started his own firm, and I got to be honest, the games released weren't that great, which were Devil's Third and Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. Devil's Third's like a notoriously bad game. I never bought it, but I had the Samurai Jack game, and it's I love Samurai Jack the cartoon show, but that game was a big ball of mid. So unfortunately, but yeah, I actually never. Surprisingly enough, I've almost never touched Dead or Alive at all. And yes, that includes the fucking volleyball games. Everyone just assumed that I loved Itagaki and all of his games because of the boobiness
Is that
of Dead
that
or
crazy,
Alive.
Jim?
It's
that
not,
crazy?
I know what I am. It's not that crazy. But yes, shockingly, I've never played any Dead or Alive. And I only own one of the Ninja Gaiden, like, new games. But yeah, I've never played any of them either.
I was going to say, I've never played any of Dead or Alive. And here's the deal. Like, love Virtua Fighter, love Tekken. 3D fighters, I can't say I like more in 2D. But we grew up, I think, with those more readily available to us. I never crossed my mind. And Ninja Gaiden too, all those like newer ones, never played them. So yeah, rest in peace. As you were talking, I looked up. I saw what he had lawsuit against him. Some questionable behavior potentially.
Some sexual harassment, and apparently he got found innocent. But
Yeah,
he's had other things going on. I'm not here to speak ill of the dead.
But here's the deal. What's terrible is, he was only 58.
Yeah, that's
He's young as
a
shit.
bitch. Yeah.
So did we see like how he passed away?
Like
I know his family posted news of his death on Facebook.
I don't think it's been posted yet.
That's awful. I mean, that's young. It sounds like he did have I know he had a wife and a daughter.
Yeah, it says it's not been officially disclosed, but he had been battling a serious illness prior to his passing, so who knows?
Awful. Well, either way, I mean, listen, love him or hate him, no one can deny, dead or alive, Ninja Gaiden, very important, very well-known games. So, raise a beer up for him. Impact on the gaming world. Rest in peace, bud.
Yep. A true pioneer to all of our crusty brethren.
You know, Jim, if you were here, you get hit. That's all there is to it.
Right. What do I deserve to be hit, though? Would he not enjoy that?
Yes.
Would I not be celebrating his life's work at that point?
Would he enjoy seeing me hit you?
Yeah, probably. Seems most people enjoy that.
But Jim, speaking of the video game industry, you and I saw the same tweet from our buddy Celia.
So let's not get to hers first. Let's go into the
No, we're not getting to hers. But I'm saying it's funny without seeing the topic before. I was like, oh, I was just reading this. So unfortunately, it's becoming too much of a habit. I feel like every other week we're like talking about layoffs and studios closing down and this and that. And in the latest, Massive Entertainment, which is a Ubisoft studio, released a message. A very interesting, as you put it, Jim, word salad. So why don't you explain what they said in this message?
Gladly. And for those of you out there who don't know, Massive Entertainment is the team behind The Division, Avatar Frontiers, and Star Wars Outlaws. For whatever that's worth to anybody out there. I've never played The Division, so whatever. But they said, as of yesterday, as part of our ongoing evolution and long-term planning, we have recently realigned our teams and resources to strengthen our roadmap, ensuring our continued focus on the Division franchise and the technologies, including Snowdrop and Ubisoft Connect, that power our games. To support this transition responsibly, we introduced a voluntary career transition program. A voluntary career transition program. Remember that. Giving eligible team members the opportunity to take their next career step on their own terms, supported by a comprehensive package that includes financial and career assistance. Massive Entertainment remains fully committed to our roadmap to creating great experiences for players around the world, including the Division 2, the Division 2 Survivors, the Division Resurgence, and the Division 3. A lot of Division. These projects continue with strength, focus, ambition, and we look forward to sharing more in the future.
I mean, to a voluntary career transition program. That is you know what, Jim? That's something like a U was ahead of a division. And we're like, well, we can't just say layoff. We can't just say we're forcing them out the door and forcing them to take early retirement. Not even early retirement, just forcing them to leave.
Yeah.
We got to make it sound better.
And we have to say, well, we're not just laying you off and offering you a severance package or, the usual corporate bullshit where it's like, well, you can leave now and we'll give you this, or you can stay and you might stick around. That old goodness. But no, right. That had to be AI generated. They must have put so many synonyms into like Grok and been like, give us something we can use. Either that or there's like a new like final boss of like corporate HR dickery. But yeah, the responses to this are about as well as you can expect. including from our good buddy Celia, who says framing a layoff as a voluntary career transition is wild, which 100% right. And yeah, I mean, the comments are going about, as reasonable as you can expect for a tweet such as this. It's got, in just one day, we are looking at 1.2 million views with 842 quote tweets and 725 burp responses. That's what I think it is. Burp. And yeah. Wow.
I mean, I don't know. Here's the deal. Play devil's advocate. They're trying to mask it, make it sound better. It's a really dumb choice because everyone can see through it. Like, just say you're doing layoffs. Like, honestly, okay, here's a dumb question, Jim. Are they trying to get ahead of like all their employees like coming out there and being like, "Hey, I was just laid off. We got leaked this email," and they're trying to like put it out there already to let everyone know? Like, other words, why do they even need to let people know that they're doing this?
You know what? I think you probably just nailed it because I didn't even think about the why. But there's no other excuse, but they're just getting ahead of it would probably rather get backlash from a single tweet that they put out there than from all the people, all the developers who would put their tweets out there saying, "Hey, just got laid off if anyone needs work," and then the rah-rah around that for the normal week cycle, and then everyone kind of forgets about it again until the next closing. So, yeah, it probably just had to be almost preventative maintenance in a way.
So one of the things I was trying to look up, and this article, well, that tweet obviously doesn't say. Okay. This is going to sound a little insensitive because I don't know the size of this group. But apparently it was laying off only 60 members. I don't know the size of the staff. Like, if it's a 200 staff, that's huge. But if it's like a multi-thousand staff, 60 folks doesn't sound like much. So I had to look up a separate article to find that, by the way. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was Ubisoft Red Links, a different part of Ubisoft that was laying off 60. So there is no number associated. Exactly. So I'm just basically like trying to figure out how many people did they actually lay off?
Yeah.
Not that it mattered. I mean, anyone getting laid off, it sucks. But yeah, I mean, Division is another game. We just talked about Dead or Alive. Our buddy Jason played it. I think I played it like once or twice. It just never did nothing for me. Like it's like so many other big games that like it just came and went for me. But I think people still are dedicated to it and play it.
Yeah, I think it's in that like Helldivers sphere where it's got like a really dedicated fan base of players. I know our buddies over at the Funtime Boys, formerly Not for Human Consumption, like they play the shit out of Division. So
yeah. I mean, hey, either way, sorry to everyone who has to take a voluntary career transition. But yeah, it sucks. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be even close to the end. I've seen the same thing in the beer world. We've talked about breweries closing, games closing. Like, I think that bubble has burst, unfortunately. So we'll just have to keep track, unfortunately. One of the things we don't like talking about, but it's out there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be a part of the whole goddamn thing. That just the industry these days.
But Jim, speaking of the industry, we've come a long way in video games from them being overly censored to the Wild West to games being banned. But in the latest type of, I don't even know if I want to call it censorship, but in a way to try and help protect minors from games, the government of Mexico is approving an 8% tax on video games that are not suitable for minors. And it's going to take effect in 2026. So games like GTA 6 and others are expected to be more expensive in that country. I don't you I hate taxation. I'm going to say that very clearly. I don't know if 8% on a video game, does that translate to an extra dollar or two?
Well,
Ultimately?
I mean,
I don't know how much
$8
games
if
are
it
in
comes
Mexico.
out. That's true too, but I'm going to say, I mean, that'll be at least $8 if it's, at the $100 US price point that it's being rumored at.
I'm still imagining some games being only 60 or 70. I forgot GTA. Was it 100 they were talking about? I thought they were at 70 or 80.
Maybe, but I know some people are like, oh, I could see it being 100, so who knows?
All right, so here's a question. Not to be like the Reverend's wife, but like think of the children.
Old Book Burning Brian's back, baby. It's been a couple weeks.
You know how they got rid of
somebody's gotta think of the children.
Like, are you still upset anymore, or did it ever bother you when they said, hey, stop advertising cigarettes on TV?
No.
It didn't bother you. Because I think everyone can agree, I don't care what you do, but I don't want to see that on TV because you don't want to influence kids. And the price of cigarettes, they are taxed to fucking... I've never smoked, but like, they're incredibly high just for a pack because of how much they're taxed. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've just been taxed out the ass. And they're like... it's funny because, like, back, what is it, like 15, 20 years ago, one of the early Chappelle specials when he's talking about, like, a pack of cigarettes in New York is $10, and this was, like, 2005. And he's like, that's crack prices. And now it's, like, the norm everywhere, so I can only imagine it's probably, like, $30 a fucking pack in New York now.
Could be.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. It is actually funny you bring up cigarettes because, like, they stopped selling them by making them look cool, but then we had all the truth ads for like a good 15, 20 years. I don't know if they're still around because I don't watch normal TV, where, it's like, oh, smoking bad, smoking, but that was paid for by the cigarette companies, so it's just kind of subliminal messaging to get the word smoking in your head. So, yeah, with the way people vape these days, I don't ever think that worked, or I think it maybe worked exactly the way they wanted. But yeah, I mean, in theory, getting rid of cigarette. But then again, Bri, in that veil, would you be fine with beer commercials being taken off TV?
So we talked about that, and somebody thought they were, and I was like, no. They're definitely not. I'm like, Super Bowl at a minimum, like just minimum Super Bowl.
Yeah, like, they're not on Nickelodeon, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't, there's part of me that goes, any type of drug, throw alcohol in that mix too, right? Like, I don't know if I'd met, like, number one, we've talked about beer commercials have been missing for, like, the funny ones. The last kind of even close to funny one was the fucking Bud Light Night. Like,
oh yeah,
like that's the closest to a good beer commercial we've gotten. So, no, because it's also beer commercials have never worked on me. I don't care how many fucking celebrities.
Obviously,
or
you haven't ran a beer show for 13 years on YouTube. Yeah, they did work.
But I've never been like, man, I need a Corona when they always do that lame ass commercial where someone's on a beach and put it in. Or I've certainly never wanted a Bud Light because of a Bud Light commercial. Modelo, it actually made me want Modelo less. I'm like, cool, you just keep getting athletes and you have that like Cowboys like ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want that. So I wouldn't care if they canceled that. But I asked that question because I'm like, all right, if you don't want your kids doing something and you know they can still potentially get away with it, is an 8% tax on games that aren't suitable for minors reasonable? Like, I don't love the idea of tax because you and I as adults, like, I don't want to have to spend more money for a game just because it wasn't rated for minors. But then maybe that opens up a door where more games can be less scared to lose money. Like think of like the rating systems for movies. If a movie's rated R, it almost automatically kills X amount of its box office because it can't sell as many tickets. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right answer is here. I don't like having shit taxed, but the intent is there, right? Like, It's not suitable for minors. How is a tax going to fix that? I don't know. But it's a good, like the intent is good. It's a shitty delivery, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think it's just an easy way to milk money out of people because they know they're going to make their money off of it. That's all it is. We've mentioned it other times when censorship and shit like that comes up. I'm fine with it's on the parents to be fucking parents and to find ways to keep their kids from getting shit. So I think all an 8% tax is going to do, it's not going to stop any kid from getting it who would have been getting it anyway. It's not going to do shit. If you try to, it's more crap where it's like, oh, well, we're doing this for the children. Anytime someone says they're doing it to protect kids, fucking look at them cross-eyed because it's never that. So this is just the excuse that they have. It's just a way to tax and make some more goddamn money for their government. So I think it's just total bullshit.
I think if they want to tax something, tax Nintendo games. They're more time-consuming for minors and therefore probably more damaging. And it's Nintendo, so help lower those sales.
Bit of a stretch.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Bit of a stretch there, Brian.
I'm saying, of all the game companies, which one do you think appeals to minors the most? Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox?
Yeah, it's Nintendo, obviously.
So I'm just saying.
But if we're trying to protect the children from the bads, what's bad from delightful music and bright colors? Hone
time wasting,
eye coordination.
It's not hand-eye coordination. Let's not act like that. Like just playing video games all the time has turned people into like world-class athletes.
I think it's turned every.
I guess you can't even get it out. Don't you fucking try. You son of a bitch.
But Brian, everyone's a gamer these days, so that means all the athletes are gamers too. So there you go. Don't you dare. Little Grey Poupon on your theory there. How about that?
Nope. Just like bowling's not a sport. But anyway, Jim.
How dare you, sir?
Let's keep talking about Nintendo. Because, as we know, their movies are on a fucking tear. And according to English.KyotoNews.net, Nintendo and Capcom are stepping up efforts to bring game worlds to the big screen. So, in August, the company reorganized a subsidiary to strengthen its business in live events and merchandise based on movie characters. Basically, Nintendo and Capcom are working together. And Capcom's an interesting one because it did have Street Fighter the movie, the classic with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Obviously didn't do too well. But they are set to make a new franchise for Street Fighter in October of 2026. And they're also talking about making new live-action adaptations for Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Or I should say they've already produced that. And we've talked about Resident Evil. That was one of our Patreon ones, right? Was it?
Yeah, that was one of our bonus episodes.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Capcom. Here's the deal, Jim. Mortal Kombat. I think most people agree, the newer ones. Most people liked them. They had issues with that goofy, generic-ass character. The new one's coming out. It's going to have Johnny Cage. I'm sure it'll do pretty well. Man, Street Fighter. I know the love of it from gamers. But, like, unless you go like Mortal Kombat, like a hard R, how do you make that a good movie?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you have to do it based on the latest one, or do you take it like Mortal Kombat has a better structure with their stories? Street Fighter, there isn't like a solid, concrete story. Like you could, if you start with M. Bison, sure, he's the bad guy, but like, I guess you get to Akuma and do all the other shit. But I'm just like, okay, you get fighters from around the world. like the movie in '94, you and I love it for nostalgia, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
the plot, the reasoning.
And you know what? To get back to your question, I don't think Street Fighter needs to be hard R because Street Fighter's never been that serious of a franchise. Like, I think the Alpha series is a little bit more on the, I guess, more serious side, but in general, like 4, 5, and 6 are all goofy fucking games. So
Yeah.
especially if you try to like follow along to the storyline of everything.
So it could just be a PG-13 action flick.
A fun, goofy PG-13 action flick. Like they're actively filming one right now. It's got like Cody Rhodes and a whole bunch of other people in it and shit like that. So, like, if you make it fun and you just make the acting, somewhat tolerable, it'll probably be fine. I don't know how you make a good movie, quote unquote good movie out of Street Fighter, but you can make something that's very fun and watchable.
Do you think it's going to do as good as Mortal Kombat?
I mean, I don't know. Because I think Mortal Kombat, like, the strength of that is, the lore that you can build. Ninjas are fucking cool. All right? Let's just brass tacks. Ninjas are fucking cool. And if you have a bunch of cool ninjas with cool powers in it, there's a chance you can make a very good movie, even though Mortal Kombat has found a way to not do that a lot of times. So, I mean, it seems like a way you could easily make a good, revenge. Like, I still think the first Mortal Kombat movie is great. I think it's, like, outside of just the campiness of, like, say, a Street Fighter, I think it's just a generally well-made action movie that's telling its tale. That kind of deal. So, I think if you go that route, it's fine. Like, I still haven't watched that new Mortal Kombat movie, and I know the new one's coming out soon, so I got to get around to it. I just don't give a fuck about that new character. I can't bring myself to pretend to care, but I guess I'll watch it eventually.
But they're going to focus it all on Johnny.
It's all on Johnny Cage, luckily, thank God. So I think they learned.
So, okay, I was woefully... You know what? It's funny. I've seen the highlights, and I never put two and two together. So we're less than a year away from the Street Fighter movie. And I'm looking... The premise right now is it's set in 93. Estranged Street Fighters, Ryu and Ken, are thrown back into combat when mysterious Chun-Li recruits them for the next World Warrior tournament, a brutal clash of fists, fate, and fury. But behind this battle royale lies a deadly conspiracy that forces them to face off against each other and the demons of their past. And if they don't, it's game over. I forgot that Jason Momoa is Blanca.
Yep.
Roman Reigns is Akuma.
Yep.
50 Cent is Balrog. Fucking Andrew Schultz is Dan Hibiki.
That's a pretty good casting, I gotta say.
David Malkian is M. Bison, which is a very weird. So this is a guy I don't know how. I know him because he's in a lot of horror stuff. He was in. I'm trying to think what you. Just look him up. He's in Suicide Squad. He's
I've seen that guy's face before. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I like that guy as an actor, but him as M. Bison, that's a fucking stretch and a half.
It's on the jaw, baby. On the jaw.
Cody Rhodes' Guile is a weird one, too.
I mean, look at that tattoo. It's perfect.
I mean, Eric Andre is Don Savage. Like, so clearly, by having, like, people like 50 Cent, Andrew Schultz, Eric Andre, I guess they're going to go for a little bit more of a jokey aspect with this. Just throwing it out there. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it turns out. It's Paramount, directed by Kyoto Sakura, who did Twisted Metal,
which seems to be good. I haven't watched the show yet, but people say it's good. So
yeah, okay.
Right, I didn't know Dan Hibiki was from Riyadh.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! But yeah, so. Yeah, they're just basically stepping up their games, Nintendo and Capcom, to, I guess, bring more. I think we've been... Have you seen the news about a potential, once again, another new Resident Evil movie or show or something?
Oh, yeah. Didn't we talk about that trailer?
I don't think there's a trailer. I think we talked about that once again. There's going to be another thing.
I do remember hearing about it. I just don't know or remember anything specifically about it.
Yeah, I mean, the last one was the one we reviewed, the Welcome to Raccoon City, but I thought they talked about trying to remake it because, well, that movie at least tried to make it more like the game. It was so forgettable, unfortunately. And as a Resident Evil fan, that bugs me.
What? I mean, their problem, as we talked about in the review, was they killed off Donal Loge too quick. You don't have Donal Loge in your movie and kill him off in the first third. All right? Ridiculous.
I hate
Nothing.
that you say that.
Nothing.
I hate that you just have to just throw out names there, Jim. And I hate that you know that name.
Oh, I know that name. Like you didn't watch Grounded for Life. Get the fuck out of here.
I did not. Here's a question. Is there any Capcom game that you would really like to see made? And do not fucking say Bionic Commando.
You know what? Fuck it. I would love to see someone make try a take on Mega Man. Like whether you do an animated Illumination style, which would probably be the proper way to do it. I don't know how the fuck you would do it with live action and not with how goofy that series is. But if you lean into the camp and make it a comedy, make it almost like Shaun of the Dead-ish. I think a Mega Man movie would work at that point almost.
Well, what I'm curious, we talked about Legend of Zelda will be the real testing ground to me of like they're gonna make it live action, kind of like. But look at like Minecraft. Look at that was like a weird mix of both of them. So
and you know what? People rag on the Minecraft movie. It's not good, but it's more enjoyable than I was expecting.
Dude, it's fine. As someone
it's a perfectly fine movie. Yeah.
You and I both are not big fans of Jack Black. He's fine, but he's annoying and he's in everything. But guess what?
Dude, he's been the same guy. My wife was watching I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'd never seen it before. And all of a sudden, I'm like, fucking Jack Black's in this? And once again, he's playing Jack fucking Black.
Yeah. I mean, it's... see, me personally, I would like to see something like Dead Rising. It would be another zombie movie, but to your point, that's where you could do Shaun of the Dead. Like, do that in the mall. Like have it go crazy. Have a real dick playing Frank West. Like, I don't know. That would be interesting to me.
Right, give someone a camera and the remake of Dawn of the Dead, and you have that.
They missed their opportunity with the fucking resurgence of Jurassic Park, like to squeak in Dino Crisis. Like with the love of dinosaurs that surged again a couple years ago with all these Jurassic Park movies. Jump on that bandwagon, do Dino Crisis the movie, a horror movie with dinosaurs. Like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Capcom's hate boner for that franchise, I will never understand.
I don't get it. Yeah.
They always tease it. They always put that little. They always put the tip in, but they never go all the way. It just never happens.
Damn it, Jim. Fuck. Hate you. So yeah, we'll see what else comes out of them. But yeah, outside Resident Evil and Street Fighter, that's gonna be there. Like your point, Mega Man. I don't know how you don't do it mostly animated, or at least do it like Super Mario Brothers. Do it full animated, but in that style, not a different animated.
I mean,
style.
you could make like a super serious Onimusha movie, and it would probably be cool. I think the time to make a Devil May Cry movie is probably past. That would be more like that would just scream like a mid-2000s movie, but like this day and age, that wouldn't fly. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of other shit out there.
Yeah,
or make a make like a 1942 game and just make a game about like dogfight or a movie about dogfighting. Some like plucky dogfighting squad that's got to fucking take out all the Nazis and aliens and shit. It could work.
Don't you fucking dare.
Don't tell me you didn't see. Did you see Midway? Midway was a fun movie. Make it like Midway.
Don't you dare, Jim.
You know I'm right. You're just mad that I'm right.
I hate you.
Yep, that means like Jimmy wins. Win for Jimmy.
No, it's the same as when they tried to make Battleship the movie. You're like, what are you doing? Stop it.
I never got to understand that.
You didn't miss anything. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm sure I did.
But Chambers, let's move on. Talking big companies, talking things happening out of fucking nowhere. At least from my perspective. Warner Brothers and Discovery are officially announced that their company is for sale. And for those of you who are not in the know, their franchises include the Batman DC games, Mortal Kombat and the Injustice series, Hogwarts Legacy, and apparently a new Lord of the Rings games. Wow. Like, does Xbox just gobble this up right away? Or who's going to step up to the plate and buy it? Because we know Xbox been on a tear. We know they've been letting people go. But we also know they've been gobbling up things left and right. So, I don't know. Who would you imagine takes us? Does Sony step up?
There's going to be two camps. This is Jimmy Tin Hat right here. All right?
Okay.
You got two camps who's going to be doing this. Well, three. I'll say three. One, Microsoft or Sony, which I don't want to see either of them doing. Because as we've seen, all these buyouts of major publishers, it's not leading to quality games. It's not leading to good stuff for the gaming industry in general. I mean, I don't want to see it. It makes you have to go through that whole monopoly argument again and all that other bull crap. I don't want to see that. But I also don't want to see it being bought up by one of two other countries. And those are going to either be Saudi Arabia or fucking China. So it's either going to be owned by Tencent or it's going to be part of Saudi Arabia's push into being like the we're not so bad guys push that they're doing in general. So either way, I don't think there's going to be any good. I don't know who could buy it that's going to be good. Do I root for fucking Amazon to buy them at this point? Like seriously, like they're the only ones who probably have the money. They have the money to do it. They're trying to make their little push into gaming and stuff like that. They've had their, little forays that didn't really go too well, where it's like, and they tried to have their Amazon published games and their rental systems on their Amazon itself and all that other bullcrap. It could be a way. Or maybe fucking Netflix, because they're another one that would gladly buy up all that history of movies, throw it on their platform to be the exclusive home of all the WB properties. And then they also had their Netflix gaming thing that they tried to do, but you bring in WB Games, established game maker right there as well. So, God, I guess I have to root for either fucking Netflix or Amazon in this. Ugh.
Apparently there's been 3 bids, secret bids, that have already been sent in.
God damn it, it's going to be Microsoft, China, and Saudi Arabia. God damn it, it's going to be them.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find... Okay, the move is... The move included people bidding, including Comcast and Amazon.
Ooh, Comcast. That's an interesting one.
If they bid, they could put pressure on them. So, okay. So Amazon, like you mentioned. Jim, is this where you want your boy Eli to... Elon, I should say.
Eli.
to Eli.
Oi, I'm going to Mars.
You want him to bid on this one?
Oi, don't you go woke. That's very bad.
How much do you think they are?
That's a good question. I mean, if Activision Blizzard sold for fucking 70 some billion, WB as an entertainment thing in general is... Are we going to talk like 200 billion at the very least, if not way more?
Well, so I just looked up
it.
Their worth. They're 52 billion.
That's it?
Yeah, which is kind of shocking.
They own like rights to Harry. I don't know if they own all the Harry Potter movies. Probably not. But
well, that's why I said they seem very specific. Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't know if that's just a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. So they might just strictly have rights to games.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, there's a WB Games and all that stuff division. So
yeah.
I know that's part of...
Interesting. So, yeah, it is. It will certainly be something we are going to have to follow and see who wins. But, yeah, I'm with you. I would almost rather Amazon, Xbox, or Sony in light of the other countries gobbling it up.
God damn it, I'm rooting for Amazon and Netflix. God damn it. What a terrible dystopian future. Fucking awful everything is.
Sure, everything's a blessing. Everything's good. Everything's fine.
Everything's good. Especially everything's fine when you make tweets and videos and immediately delete them a day later. Because, Bri, this next subject was going to start as just a good old-fashioned gamer's mad. But then it evolved into a normie view because, Bri, the normie view's evolved. It's turned into me explaining internet drama to you. And then, things outside of the gaming sphere, it's a little nebulous, but we're going back to its roots. Something on the internet happened. I went, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to explain it to you. And, Bri, all this event went down yesterday on the 22nd of October, 2025, fresh in our hearts and minds and our loves and our hopes and our fears. So I'm going to send you a picture through text message right now, Bri. And because all these have been deleted, so thank God for once, Jimmy did a little lucky guessing and decided to take some snapshots of shit before it all went bye-bye.
Okay.
So, a YouTuber, longtime YouTuber. She actually started shortly before us. She goes by the Gebs24, name's Gemma. She started out as Juicy Game Reviews. She's been around longer than we have, even though she took a little break for a while. And she put up a video yesterday called, well, that was a waste of time. Warning, do not film here. And the thumbnail is her in front of a game store with a little text bubble going, we are not welcome. And I saw this because I saw a quote tweet on it where someone's just going, oh, wow, little self-entitled much. And I went, hello? What's this? What's all this here? So, as I was... Toast. Oh, Baines more. It's breakfast. So, as I tend to do during these things, I do a little deep diving, and I'm like, all right, let me go watch the video. Let's see what all this hubba is about.
Yeah.
And as I go to see said video, Bri, I noticed something a little interesting. And I'm sending you picture number 2, which you can put into video at this point.
Let's see.
It's my dick.
Access denied to this retro game shop. What a big X. Okay.
So, changed the thumbnail completely. Made it a little more, still a little attacky, but...
It's saying the same thing, but it's also saying, what a waste. It's like, don't film here. Okay. But they also, in the second one, she has the name of the place clearly. Whereas she covered up the name tactfully, I would say, in the first thumbnail. In the second one, you can now see it. So it's still getting the same point across.
Yep, exactly. So, what this video was, I watched it. It was about a 20-some minute video, like 28 minutes. And the first 4 minutes of the video were her explaining her adventure with this trade and play store. And she was going on to say how trade and play is, mom and pop at apparently a very well-known and popular retro gaming store in the UK, wherever part of it that she lives. And, she said that she had called them and she said, hey, I would like to come film here. Basically, I guess she said that she had heard that other people had gone there and were able to film or something, or it had filmed while they were there. And they gave her flat out no. They said, please don't come here. Please do not film. To where they eventually responded to her. I guess she emailed too. And they were like, oh, wait, I know who you are. They're like, no, we don't want you in here. And which you immediately go, wow. So she went on to explain that they said, yeah, I know what your channel is. It's all about game hunting. And they kind of said, I don't want people calling us and being like, oh, I saw that price. Can you hold this? And dealing with the bullshit. That's what it sounded like, basically. And she went, well, she sat on it for a couple weeks and then eventually decided, you know what? I'm just going to go there and try to film anyway because other people have done it. She's seen up videos where other people did it. So she hopped in her, weird car with the 3 wheels and the 1 wheel in the front. I just assume every car is the car from Mr. Bean. And went down to trade and play and went in there and she promptly got kicked out after starting to try to film. And so she decided to make a video going, guys, can you believe this? This is ridiculous. I'm trying to promote this place. I thought we're all part of the same retro community here. This is such a bad look for them to be doing this to, someone who's just here trying to help them out. Stop playing that card. And after that, the rest of the video, literally 25 minutes of this 28-minute video was her. After that, she goes to a CEX and shows off all the game hunting she did there. And do you know what CEX is?
No.
CEX is basically GameStop for the UK. So it's going to a GameStop and spending a 25-minute video fucking looking at what you're buying at a GameStop. It's okay. So, And I guess before I get into this all and stuff like that, like we were Twitter mutuals and shit like that, like I don't know, 10 some years ago. Like the Twitter thing goes, people follow and follow, it's whatever, I don't care. Like I know she's had a little thing here and there with people, like very minor controversies, but nothing ever major. So this is probably the biggest news she's had in fucking forever. And like she's tight with the Metal Jesus crew and shit like that at this point. But I mean, she's doing her thing. She's got close to 100K subs. Good for her. So, but yeah, so she puts out this video, and the feedback that she's getting was about as good as you can expect. I need to stop saying that. Like people are going, man, like the calm comments were people going, man, little entitled much, do you think? Or hey, this isn't it. This isn't a good look. Like you're in the wrong here. To people, you know, just bashing the absolute shit out of her. And to her credit, she never responded to any of the comments, never responded on Twitter or anything like that. And then within about 12 hours, quietly just deleted everything. So, because I had put it on here as a subject for us to talk about, and as before the show started, you went, hey, Jim, none of these links are working. And I went, oh, I know. So, with all that being said, Bri, that's the basic gist of it. So, as the normal person here, do you think, was she overstepping her bounds as a YouTuber? Or do you think maybe this store could have been a little more reasonable? Maybe they have a bug up their butt, prejudice against YouTubers, who knows? Where does the normal guy here come to think of it, Brian?
I mean, at the end of the day, as a business, if other people have filmed there, then they probably have historic data, if you will, to say, like, every time people come in here and film, then we're getting calls, hold this price, they're going to give a shit. Like, they're probably just getting unreasonable amount of, like, traffic, which on one hand you could argue, like, yeah, but you're getting more business. But are you, or are you just getting bugged for shit that you don't want to deal with? I think the way she went about it, if everything the way you told me transpired, to call and email and get denied both, and then to just show up, is akin to a dude stalking a chick when she says no multiple times. He's like, I'm just going to show up at their house. What's the worst? Like, no, like, take the signals. You got told no. It's not okay. She should have been kicked out right away the second she started filming. That screams that ego. And unfortunately, you and I have talked about, we've seen it at conventions. There's a ton of amazing, awesome people we've met from YouTube, from gaming sphere, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of other people that feed into their own bullshit. And I don't call whatever level you want successful. They believe they are hotter shit than others. And to me, that screams us like, well, I'm too big to be denied. And I just, I can't get behind it. I think she's in the wrong. Like I said, to your point, I do remember us like being mutual. I remember like watching her stuff, and I never thought there was anything controversial. But then again, I'm not on Twitter at all, so I have no idea what she's like. I don't know how she interacts with folks. I don't know.
We were always friendly enough. I don't think she's very active on Twitter anymore. It just seems like she just posts her videos there at this point.
Yeah, which is fine.
But I mean, probably for the best, like, actually. As
like you said, she's right there at 100K. What this screams to me, and I can't even remember because we've covered other YouTubers that kind of do this dumb shit. Like, what was the whole situation with Lady Decade? Because I'm feeling like a very similar vibe here. So of like this entitlement idea. And I'm just like, yeah, man, like I get how it can get to your head. You see numbers and you're like, all these people comment and want to talk to me. Like I must be this important. And I can get how you can be influenced by that. But in the real world, no, that game shop doesn't know you. They probably, when you emailed them, you went, oh, cool. I'm going to look up your video. And yeah, if I was a business owner, I don't want a game hunter who's going to sit there, put me on camera, try and negotiate prices with me. If I'm a dick to them, potentially I'm going to get a whole bunch of negative reviews. And if I'm turning away people, they could fuck up my Yelp page or whatever gets reviewed. So yeah, it's not cool to fuck with a business if they clearly just don't want to deal with that. So to me, not even a question. She's in the wrong. I think the better thing, I'm glad she deleted it, just do an apology. Like, and don't film it. Like, do it to them directly. Because if you film it, now you're trying to, once again, now you're trying to take the onus off you and put it on them. And if they don't respond accordingly, they're the bad guy still. Like, the classy thing would be call them, say, hey, sorry about that. I fucked up. Don't put it in public. Don't do it for attention. That's just the human thing to do.
You know what? I will just say to that point, I think putting out a statement on social media, a quick, yeah, that was a bad look. That was my bad. I got two in my own ass or something like that. And that's fine. Like you said, I would definitely say don't make a video on it, but
yeah,
a simple little tweet statement where you go, all right.
Oh, no, I'm fine if she,
yeah,
I'm fine if she puts out a, hey, I did fuck up. But if you do also reach out, don't even mention that in the tweet. Like, don't be like, I went out of my way. Like, because now you're trying to get the brownie point. Like, just own that you fucked up. Say, hey, I fucked up. Sorry. And on the side, say to them, go back in there. Buy some shit from them. Like, so if you're worried about supporting them, actually go support them. Everything doesn't need to be content. And, yeah, I don't know. I just think from a more human, take the YouTube ego out of it, if you will. Because I don't care if you're fucking... You can be a Speed, and there's going to be plenty of people who'll be like, I have no idea who you are. And he's like one of the biggest now. So it's just like, get over yourself sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, is this going to be the biggest, thing in the world? No. Like, her haters will always bring it up until the end of time at this point. But, she's probably just going to go like the Channel Awesome way of just never acknowledging it and just moving on, which there's something to be said for that, whatever. But yeah, it's a bad look. We got to watch ourselves out there. And really quick, when you were saying about Lady Decade, that was when she cried on camera and cried poor over $500 for a copyrighted picture she knew she shouldn't have used anyway. So that was a whole different can of worms right there. But, Brian, what's with the Brits? What's with the British? Why are they the way they are?
We talked about it before. Beans on toast. This is what it does to you.
Is it St. Sliven's Day? Is that the problem?
It's just they're still not over the big loss.
Too many poppets? It's too many poppets, isn't it?
Damn it, Jim. Yeah, no, I mean, you and I said we've talked ourselves, and the fucking egos of some folks is astounding.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if someone says, like, that whole no means no phrase, that thing that's out there, especially that women like to say, maybe people should listen to it,
I mean,
just saying.
And they're not a dick. Like, here's where I would side with her if they went, it's cool. It's cool. And she shows up and did some research and day of, they're like, actually, no, it's not cool. Then, right. Okay, you've made her waste gas, all this.
That
would
have
have issues.
Yeah, like, you could say that's unprofessional and shit like that, too.
Yeah.
It would still be their right to do it, but yeah, then you'd have an argument. Yeah.
But to get told no repeatedly and I'm just going to show up, I can't support that. Like, you got told no. Like, now you know better. I'm for, like, you've been, me, Jim. If you've been warned, the response is, what have I always lived by? I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do to you. And if you keep doing it, you can't be mad at me if I do it to you.
Yeah, I've had a lot of ball taps from that. Yes, I'm very well aware.
But yeah, whatever. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, like what was going through her head that she thought it was okay to do that. And like I said, from the outside, it just seems like the ego was too high.
Yeah. It had to be an ego thing, not even for being denied, but probably just being like, well, I've got this following. You let this person here, like you would have to. Want me to be there.
Yeah, like what's the big deal? And also, she's undermining. She's like, she's like, their excuse isn't valid. Like, this is still a net good. Like, I don't think she went there with ill intent. I think she went there like, this is still going to be good for them. I don't see the big deal in this.
Right. And at the end of the day, it's still content for her. So, like, she probably was going to benefit way more than they were going to anyway, no matter what. So, yeah. You know what? A lot of these YouTubers, they just get tunnel vision. and this one bit her in the ass.
Yeah, I haven't watched her stuff in a while. I let it pass by. It'll be old news for folks. I think, unfortunately, I feel like I've never really seen her in the whole circles of controversy.
No, she's pretty.
What
she's pretty milquetoast.
What I don't want to see is the fucking leecher-ons of like now people going out of their way to attack her and be dicks about it and be like, oh, you believe, like, no. Like, it's fine to get called out on your shit, but like, I don't need to see weeks worth of like, oh my God, leave what she did. No, come on.
Yeah, it's like, if you start doing that, then it's like, dude, all right, like, it's not that big a deal. Stop.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it ultimately turned to a big nothing burger.
And honestly, it was a blink if you miss a controversy for how long everything stayed up. Yeah.
I think YouTubers in general, and Logan Paul kind of showed us, I know making content's all well and good, but think for a moment before you hit publish. Like, really think about what you're about to send out. And I know, like, at the end of the day, you're chasing views, right? Like, I don't know her personal life. I don't know what she does for a living. I don't know if it's only content creation. Maybe she's literally a rounder, you know? Like, she's grinding it out.
Mucker and a grinder. Yep.
She's like, this is... And unfortunately, controversial or, like, talking shit, being negative, will always get you the most views. If you do, this is the most amazing shop. All right, it could get her 50K views. Or, fuck this place. This is the worst one ever. It's going to be like, I have to see this. Oh, man, it's 200K views. Why would I not go down that rabbit hole? How many people have we seen turn to drama and negativity just because it's a view game?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this was the first video of hers I've watched in years. So it's like, all right, let me see what all this is about. Yeah.
There you go. So... yeah, Jim, from now on, instead of making our best list, we're just going to start throwing out more worst lists. Worst Nintendo games of all time.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah. I mean, people hate our opinions enough about best games. let's really piss them off with the worst games.
True. Man, those are the ones that, man, for all the negativity being the thing that draws into views, fucking our goddamn, our best lists that are just wrong, I guess they get shared and people are like, look at these fucking guys. That's the real ticket. Make a good intention one that everyone hates.
Yeah. Well, I still love it because in the sea of the overwhelming baseball stars, it's like you always get those guys who are like, you know what? Baseball Simulator 1000 really is the best. It's so much fun. It's got good power. It's like, yeah. And my favorite still was that one guy, like, finally he's like, after actually listening to why you guys did it the way you did, you're like, you're basically just sitting down and saying, playing the game cold, what is the most fun? We're like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you dump an entire year's worth of your life into a game and you want simulation, different list. But, yeah, Jenna, that's her name, right?
Gemma, yeah.
Gemma. Good call pulling it off. I hope you reach out to the store, and I hope you just say sorry and just move on. Let it be.
Yep. She won't dwell on it, so really, after this little kerfuffle, no one else probably should either. Fine. Yeah. Except for us, who will be releasing it 7 days after it happened. And we'll be like, oh, hello, what's all this then?
Damn it, Jeff. But, Chambers, how did your golden monkeys treat you, and how are you going to be feeling for work tomorrow?
I mean, I'll be fine for work tomorrow, but dude, that shit sits so goddamn heavy.
It does.
It sits heavy in the stomach, and it sits heavy in the mouth. Like, after the second one, I was just like, oh, man, I do not want another one of these right now. The first one, I absolutely loved, enjoyed the shit out of it. I was like, this is tasty. It's delightful. You can get a half-decent buzz off one. You go halfway through the second one, you're just like, oh, man, my tum-tum is not feeling good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Those triples, man, they'll do it to you. Whether it's the Golden Monkeys or the Merry Monks or any of the other ones, they are just, they're a lot to take on.
Yeah, the same way with this maple stout. I think the sugar content is just fucking crazy with it. As someone, I really don't eat that much sugar, and I can tell you after one can, it's not boozy, it's not heavy in that sense, but man, my belly was like, oh, what are we doing? Like, I thought we were drinking beer. Feels like I'm drinking a milkshake or something. Like, it is really tasty, But like for someone like me, like one is more than enough. You definitely don't need to go through, and it's a big boy can, so like it's a perfect colder weather, nighttime dessert beer, if you will. Really, really good. Ton of flavor there. I don't know if 14 Star is somewhere that like if they distribute that far out of Vermont, but if you're ever around that area and you like breakfast stouts, the maple it's a hitter. You should definitely give it a try. But with that, guys,
right, I'm a little sad that I missed out. I'm a little sad I missed out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I have one more Vermont beer left, so I'll try and save it for you.
Save
or I'll
for
drink
me.
it.
Yay.
Go fuck yourself.
I'll do that after we're done this.
Damn it. But with that, guys, we want to say thank you all so much for listening and watching. As always, thank you once again to our Patreon supporters. Please make sure, get your questions in each and every week. And if you need to load up on them because you haven't in a little while, make sure you get those in there. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the notification bell, leave some comments, leave some likes, hit the subscribe button. It would really help us. And if you are listening on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, wherever, please make sure hit the subscribe button. And just like the comment we read this week, we'll read each and every one of your comments on this Power Hour podcast. With that, we want to say have a good night, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.